Oh man, look at my hair. How do I do this? Put the chat. I don't know. If somebody types something, I might be able to see it. Let me. Okay, well, I hope I can see the messages. Oh, there they are. Okay, I can see the messages. Hi, Adriana. Oh, thank you. That's so kind. Oh my gosh, look at this. I look like I got electrocuted. What's going on, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Oh, you're so kind. Everybody's so kind in the comments and everything, so I'm glad everybody's enjoying the videos. I took a 0 today, because, yeah, this hair is pretty legendary right here. I can't even bother to fix it. I'm just gonna look like I got electrocuted. So, so, I just want to do like a little Q&A because it's hi from Germany. Hello. Because I get so many questions in the comments and stuff, and I don't necessarily have the time to answer them all. You know, I'm out hiking and on my phone and all this stuff, and oh, thank you. So I wanted to say hello and come and chat with everybody. So, yeah, I'm happy. I wasn't sure whether I was gonna make videos and stuff for the hike, but I've had fun making videos in the last year or so, like since I got my GoPro, and it's been fun to have all this stuff to look back on and all that stuff. So, hi from PA, right? I am in Pennsylvania. I got into Pennsylvania a few days ago, something like that. I'm a savage. Thank you. I am trying, I guess. Yeah, it's weird. Like now that it's warmer, like on some of these cold days. Oh, a question. Okay. My favorite food to eat on trail. It's shifted. I love dates. Dates have been awesome on this hike. And like plantain chips, dates and plantain chips. So in 2019, I would eat tons of dried pineapple and banana chips. Hi from South Carolina. Hi. I know, I can't wait either. But dates and plantain chips have been my go-to on this trip. It's been really good. Because I like dates are like a food. Like it's a whole food, and it's nice to eat them, and they're a lot of calories. So, where's the hammock? I know, right? I know. It's what's so funny is hello everyone. Is I usually don't sleep well inside when I'm through hiking. The same thing happened last time. Whenever I would go into town and go to sleep, like I would just like not get the best night's sleep, but outside, it's fine. What's my favorite trail town in that section? What training did I do? Okay, so my favorite trail town, I'm trying to think. I do feel like a new person with this lighter pack. Yeah, it's crazy. I love like the whites, like the Lincoln and that area stuff. Like I love that area. And the Notch Hostel was like so nice. They were all so kind there. I'm happy with the hammock switch. It was really, really nice. I love being in my hammock. It just is so much more flexible when I'm out through hiking. And training beforehand, I'm not sure if I did any really specific training in the like couple weeks leading up to. I would just go like walking a couple hours try to do every other day with like 40-50 pounds on my back. I wasn't gonna get in shape, I knew that from that, but I was gonna like at least get my feet and knees used to like some weight on my back, like a little bit, right? Especially because I was carrying such a heavy load on this trip, and I started with the 100, which meant, hi NH, I miss New Hampshire. I lived there for a few years before the hike. What was I saying? Because I knew it was starting with the 100, so I had to start with like. Also, you guys can hear me, right? Everybody can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Somebody would have said something if you couldn't hear me. So yeah, the 100-mile. I knew it was starting with that, so I knew I couldn't start like with some slower mileage, right? Hi Jinx, so kind to run into you. It was awesome. It was much needed. I ended up doing a lot of miles that day. You can hear me fine. Wonderful. My first backpacking trip. Oh my gosh, that was, yeah, hello from Pennsylvania. We're gonna have a warm week. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be great. Yeah, my first backpacking trip was kind of like a mess, right? I didn't even make it through the night. It was like totally a mess, which I think was funny and good, but the target distance for a high mileage day, like is like what I'm trying to do is like the most miles on this hike. I mean, not really. Like, I don't know. I love doing like super long hiking days. I think the longest I've ever hiked in a day was like 44 miles or something. But when I'm through hiking, I don't necessarily like to hike that far because I need to do it every single day, right? So, I try to keep it a little more tame. I think my longest day on this trip so far has been like 33 or 34 the other day. I did like 33 or 34 miles. I did back-to-back 30s actually. Hi, Mom. You made it. You worked it out. Wonderful. You can see my face. Do I think I'll fly through the second half or take my time? I don't like to, like... Oh, no. Andrew, please don't say anything. I already crossed paths with the NOBO. What was I saying? When do I think I'll make it a springer? Yeah, I don't like to, like, keep a pace. Like, I'm not... too worried about my pace. I just hike what I want to each day, and what happens, happens. I'm thinking it might take me like 2 more months to do the rest of the trail. The 4-state challenge, I probably won't. I don't want to risk like injuring myself or something trying to go for like some 44-mile day. Like, yeah, I'm not super like stoked on that or like trying to do that. What was I gonna say? Somebody asked me something else. The questions only pop up for a second. Oh, other trails after this? I have no idea. I mean, it'd be nice to do all the other, like the CDT and the PCT one day and see all that stuff, but, I'm not sure what the future holds. I mean, it'd be nice to do those other trails, but do I have the time and the money and all that stuff? Not at the moment. I have laid on a few warm rocks. It's been super duper nice. It's been really great. Somebody just asked me another question. Hold on, I can scroll back through. Okay. Am I going to miss my alone time when I start seeing people? Maybe a little bit, but also, like, I have my hammock. I can camp wherever I'd like. So, if I want alone time, I'm just going to go get it. But I'm going to be running into a lot more people, which is, like, I think that'll be fine. Because I'm going the other direction as people, too. So, it's not like if I stopped and chat with everybody, like, that probably isn't super realistic. So, I'll just walk, I'll still have a lot of alone time, I'm sure. Hello from Massachusetts. Hello from all over. Everybody's coming from all over the place. It's cool. Did I miss any questions? I'm sorry if I missed your question. I'm sorry if I missed your question. I'm trying to remember them all. But yeah, I have no like timeline as to when I think I'm gonna hit Springer, when I want to hit Springer. It'd be nice to hit Springer in like early mid-May, right? Before it gets too hot, because I don't handle the heat so well, as you probably could have guessed. But we'll see, because that puts me at about 20 miles a day, which I think is realistically probably what'll happen. You know what's funny of you say that is, as soon as I got out of the 100-mile, I was like, I want to do this in February. Like, I want to like come here when it's like snowy, winter, like crazy, and do it in February. I do stay in touch with my mom and dad often. My spirits are high currently. They come and go, but currently I'm feeling really good. People will want to chat. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm going to want to chat with everybody as well. So, I mean, I won't mind. I won't mind. Hi from Vermont. Yeah, that freezing rain. Are you in, like, southern Vermont? Oh, my gosh. My trail name, I explained the story one time, but pretty much when I did the long trail, I carried 7.5 liters of water onto the trail, and it was a lot of water. I know, I do want to, I need to go do the 100-mile in, like, February with, like, a bunch of buddies and just, like, have everybody split breaking trails. It's going to be super awesome. Grayson Highlands coming soon. Grayson Highlands coming soon, but still like 800 miles away or something, like something nuts, 5, 6, something like that, very far. Anything you wish you didn't send home? I sent home my tall, like knee-high gaiters. I mean, I could have used some shorter ones like pretty much yesterday because I've used. When you see my video, you'll be like, "Wow, you really were hiking all day like that?" Like, ooh, yikes. Trail food dates right now. It always fluctuates. But otherwise, I'm pretty much happy with what I've traded out and sent home. I could have used my rain pants like one day, but it doesn't really bother me that much. Bennington, you did get the ice. Oh my gosh. My water purification process. Okay, so I would use Aquamira drops in the winter. That's how I purified it in the winter, and now I have a Sawyer. And how I layered up for sleeping, for hiking and sleeping, I would wear a really thin base layer, top and bottom, underneath rain pants and a rain jacket. And then I would get moving right away. I would only layer up if it was really cold and I knew I wasn't going to sweat through the layers. And then I'd have a dry pair of camp clothes, and I would try to wear the minimal clothing during the day because I didn't want to sweat through my other layers and keep them dry. And so I just pretty much stayed moving like almost all the time, to keep those layers warm. Yeah, which was mentally like super exhausting. Snowman. Yeah, I know. I've gotten many suggestions, but I like Aquaman. So the vapor barrier socks. Okay, this is one thing that like I could probably spend like 20 minutes talking about my foot system. That's one thing I wish I had, like, if I knew I was going to do this hike like a year and a half ago, I would have spent all of last winter like dialing in the foot system, because I feel like I went on the trail with like an okay footwear system and it wasn't perfect. The Rob vapor barrier socks like sort of worked, but I think every vapor barrier is going to be imperfect, and I wish I had like had some like neoprene sock layer worked into there somehow, and like I had to like switch mid-trail to get bigger boots to swap everything out, and it was hard to like order neoprene socks and I couldn't find them anywhere, and so the vapor barrier socks worked okay. I pretty much had to throw toe warmers in all the time, which I guess that was to be expected. It was frigid this winter, but I wish I could have maybe dialed that in a little more. I don't know if I would have been able to do any better, but I would like to tinker around with that, because that's the one thing I feel like I never super duper figured out. Hope I come back to the whites for some long loops. Oh, I'll be back in the whites. Don't you worry about that. Yeah, it was cold. It was cold. It was really cold in New England this winter. It's funny because now, like, I'll go outside, I'll be like hiking and it'll get down to like 30 degrees. And I'll be like, oh, it's cold. And I'm like, it didn't get this warm for weeks. Like, this is insanity, right? Best section Nobo versus Sobo. Going northbound, like, I had never hiked in the Whites or in Maine before. So, like, it's hard not to pick those sections. I also really loved the Roan Highlands. It was like I had a super good day in the Roan Highlands. And going Sobo, the Mahoosucs were hard, but also like I will never forget going through the Mahoosucs. It was like the most insane 5 days of my life. Like, totally outrageous. Like going from the Mahoosucs and then Carters and Presidentials and the White, like that whole stretch was just totally incredible and difficult and amazing. How heavy my pack is now? I'm guessing my base weight is like somewhere in the mid-20s. I don't know for sure, but that's how it feels, I guess. There are still some things I could shed to lower it a little bit, but I'm guessing it's somewhere like 24 pound base weight. What am I? Oh, there we go. Let's see. What am I going to do when there's no snow? I've had stretches where there's no snow, and I'm going to dance down the trail. It's amazing. Yeah, the neoprene socks, like, I had talked to the Hiking Viking. You guys know the guy who southbounded the trail in the winter a handful of years ago, and he sort of helped me try and figure out this layering system. And he told me what worked for him, and he used neoprene socks and had this layering system, and I didn't do it exactly as he did, but I think the neoprene sock is probably a good way to go with winter layering. He did like wool sock, neoprene sock, another wool sock. I did like wool sock, wool sock, wool sock, thin vapor barrier, right? I keep clicking the wrong thing. Okay, let's see. I answered that one. If I'm used to dealing with cold temperatures, what does hot mean? It's crazy because it got up to like 60 the other day. And I was like sweating and I was like, this doesn't feel good. I was like, this is hot. Like, this is too much, right? So, any plans with the PCD or CDT? I mean, one day I'd like to. I don't necessarily have plans for them, but it would be nice to do them one day at some point. Worst day on trail? It's hard to pick one. Vermont gave me a run for my money with those icy trees. I had a rough day, like going over like Peru and Stiles and Bromley. Oh my God. And then there were a couple days in Maine where I just like started crying, like at the end of the day, like trying to go up a small hill. And I just like had to take a break, going up literally like you wouldn't even know it was going uphill. It was like that small of a hill. And I would just start crying to take my pack off, and I just like had to sit there and like totally turn into a mess. Excited to follow along? Awesome. Hello. Yeah, waterproof socks. I know. Yeah, it's gonna be all wet now that everything's melting. Could I have rocked the hammock earlier? It was completely infeasible because of the weather. The wind would have been tough too. Like, plus then I'm like, if I do want to give myself the option to stay in shelters, I need to carry like a sleeping pad and all that stuff as well. So it would have been heavier. And like the wind and stuff, like I didn't want to deal with that with a hammock. Like I pretty much just tried to make it to shelters every night. And also if you're camping like higher up, like at elevation, like the trees, the spruce trees, like trying to find a good hammock spot, like could be a little tough. Whereas finding a little clearing for a tent was usually a little easier. I'm glad I stayed with the tent when I did and slept in the shelters. Seems a bit dangerous hiking alone. Stream crossings. How did I mitigate the danger? I had like pretty much, except for the stream fords, the river fords, every condition I experienced on this hike for the most part is something I had been in before, if not multiple times. So I knew like my comfort level with those things, and I knew how my gear worked and felt in those conditions. Like this wasn't like a lot of this stuff wasn't like I'm doing something super duper new, right? And then the stream forwards, I just, as you'll see in one of my videos, like I crossed the stream once without any of my stuff on my back because I didn't want it to get wet if I fell in, just like taking so many precautions to make sure I always had dry stuff and I would be okay if I fell in the stream or something like that. So I did my best, right? But there is inherent danger to this sort of stuff, right? I'm gonna do the half-gallon challenge, something hot. I can't have dairy really, so I won't be doing the half-gallon challenge. Plus, that sounds like a lot of ice cream. Like, oh, I don't know about that. I know, don't come to South Carolina this summer. I know, like, I don't know how, it's gonna be hot when I get down there. I'm gonna melt. It's gonna be like so bad. I can't do the heat. It's like not great. Any plans to turn around and go back? I thought about it, but no, I'm not going to. I'm done when I get to Georgia. I had to fight off that urge when I finished on Katahdin. I was like, oh, I want to turn around. Probably gonna want to when I get to Georgia, but I miss my family and friends and stuff. I'm gonna want to go see them. Big cold this weekend. Did I get to the Lehigh Gap yet? Almost, maybe. I'm not disclosing exactly where I am on the trail. Which trekking poles do I use? I use Leckies. I don't know what ones they're called. But I like them. I've had them for a few years now, and they're holding up very, very well. Yeah. What were the places you were looking towards? I'm so excited to hike the Blue Ridge again. SW. I'm really excited to hike the Blue Ridge again and like go to the Roan Highlands and the Smokies. Like, I'm just excited for the South in general. Like, pretty much south of the Shenandoah area. Like, I'm super duper excited for that whole area. It was so fun going northbound, and I'm really excited to start seeing people and watch spring come and go see all the big mountains. What would be the best time to start a flip-flop? NOBO first, then SOBO? You struggle in that hot weather? Yeah, the thing with that is, I mean, I've already seen a few flip-floppers going north. If they go too fast, they're going to hit snow in the whites, right? Or even before then. So it just depends on how much snow you're willing to manage. Like, you could start a flip-flop now if you're willing to deal with snow in the whites. But, yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way you could do a flip-flop. I'm not really sure. There's so many ways to do a flip-flop. It just all depends on how much winter, I guess in your case, how much winter you're willing to deal with. Pretty technical. How much prep did I do? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I appreciate the kind words, everybody. So this is to Carly? I hope I'm saying that right. Bauman. Yeah, it's very technical hiking. I've been doing winter hiking and backpacking for years, so a lot of this stuff was, pretty comfortable for me, but just doing it in a through hike fashion was obviously a huge step up, right? And he's just going through the whites tougher than you imagined. Yeah, there were some spots where I was like, like, this is like super tough. Like, coming off the Wildcats, man, that was insane. And then the Presidentials was a good day. It was just a really hard day because I had to do a lot of miles, and it was just really mentally taxing because you're just in a whiteout all day. I was in a whiteout all day, super mentally exhausting. But I was glad my buddy was up there with me. He joined me like just south of Washington and did Washington with me, or just north of Washington. So it was really, really nice. And then I did think twice and turn around when I got in Franconia Ridge. It was like 50-mile-an-hour winds, like it was like 30 or 40 below up there, and I turned around and bailed off a side trail. So yes, I did think twice, and it was full on. It was pretty crazy. Flip-floppers. Yeah, you can start. That's what so I imagine I'll run into flip-floppers going south, and then they'll flip up north or something like that. I do a lot of prep. Thanks, Mom. I know you saw it all, right? You saw me pack and unpack my bag a million times. I just put my GoPro like in my hip pocket. I don't have like some fancy system. Like the phone is literally like sitting on like the flipped over ice bucket in the hotel right now. Like I don't have like a tripod. I had one, but I got rid of it. Like it was too heavy. I was like, this is not. I'm cannot carrying this. So, I just hold it in my hand, and those first person view shots you see of me, like there's a little like thing on the bottom of the GoPro. I just put it in my mouth, and I just hike, right. So I probably could and should put a little more effort into all that and carry like another small piece of gear, but I just don't. Starting your flip flop May 17th, Nobo. Should avoid the snow. If you're starting in Harper's, yeah, you should be able to. Yeah, you should avoid the snow if you're starting Nobo, May 17th to flip flop. Yeah. Awesome. Exciting. Wandering with Bob. A gear review. James, not even going to try with the last name. James. Yeah, I'm going to do multiple gear reviews. I'll do gear reviews on my individual pieces of gear, and then gear reviews on like my systems, like my full winter system, like what I started with, what I swapped to in New Hampshire, what I swapped to in Massachusetts. Like I'll review all that. Yeah, I did go through the prezzies, and yeah, when all those people were trying to grid it and stuff. Yeah, because all the gridders were up there because it was like the only good day in January, like that whole week or two. It was like the only, like, in my eyes, for me, doable day to go up Washington. Like the day before was like -80. The 2 days after was like -80 up there. Like it was ridiculous. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that trail had seen maybe one. There was very minimal traffic on that trail when I had gone through, and it was rough coming down. That thing was not super. It was crazy. If the Northeast had heavier snowfall, I mean, it's hard to know, right? But it would have. I think the biggest thing, it would have just slowed me down like a ton. Like I would have still tried to do everything, right? But there were some days where I was like, if there was another foot of snow on the ground, like forget it. I would have gotten 2/3 the mileage in if I was lucky, or half the mileage in if I was lucky. So I'd have needed to like slow down and make more town stops and like do things a little differently. And I would not be where I am on the trail right now if the Northeast had gotten like a little heavier snowfall. Because I was still going through some snow, but it could have been more, and that would have slowed me down. That would have been rough. It was cold. I got the cold, not the big snow. Perfect the way it is. Any gear I wish I had now. Hoka Speed Goats, the wides, Speed Goat 4, I believe. I switched into them in New York. Yeah, I love them. Any gear I wish I had now? Some like shin high or ankle high gaiters would be great, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. I'm pretty happy with my gear right now. Yeah. Don't change the styles of my YouTube video. Yeah, I don't know, like more people, other people put like more production quality into their videos, which I think is great. Like, you know, go to town, right? They're your videos. But I kind of think like I like the style. Like I'm just like holding the camera, like talking. I just think it's like I think that's like how I want to make the videos, and so, yeah, I will keep making them out that way. So thank you. I'm glad you like it. What are you doing? I'm not hiking lawn trails. A lot of outdoor experience. I love to rock climb. That's been a huge passion of mine for the last few years. I'll read. I like to write a lot. I do love to write. Like I'll sit down and I'll write like all sorts of stuff. Like I'll journal. I'll write about my hiking. I'll do all that stuff. And then yeah, I'm super into rock climbing, and I like trail running and hiking, and you know, all that sort of stuff. And recently I've just been getting into like hiking like smaller, lesser known things. Like I've done all the 4,000 footers in the Northeast. Like hiking all those lists is a lot of fun, but like I've been like trying to go see like waterfalls and like water features the last few years. That's been a ton of fun. I love that. Yeah. My produced videos. Yeah. No, it's and also it's like the easiest way for me to put them together is the way I do my videos. Like I get all the footage on my GoPro, I transfer it to my phone wirelessly, and then I edit and upload. So the reason I haven't stayed inside in almost, I hadn't stayed inside in like 11 days or 12 days, which is why my videos were behind. Because it was so hard for me to edit and like upload and stuff while I'm in the woods. Yeah. The clothing procedures. I'm glad you guys like that. Yeah, I was like talking to my family when I was taking a break with them and I was going through everything, and they're like, we should have recorded that. I was like, oh, I need to record myself doing all that, because I feel like in a couple months I'll be like, oh yeah, like how did I do that, right? And it's I like to have that to look back on too. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. My quilt, I have a 10-degree top quilt and a 0-degree under quilt. I imagine I'll keep it most of the way, because even though I'll be getting down there in like May, like it can still be cold and stuff in the Smokies, you know. Am I back? Are we okay? I think so. Uh-oh. Okay, I think I'm back. Do I run? I do run. Not very quickly, but I run. Yeah, I like to just make the editing as quick as possible. I just throw the clips in, cut out what I don't need to, watch it once through to make sure it makes sense, and then that's it. It's like pretty bare bones editing. I'm using a GoPro, the 9, I think, something like that. The GoPro 9. My boots, I started with the Salomon Tundras, and then I used Zamberlan Vios, and now I'm in Hoka Speed Goats. Yeah. I did carry a Kindle in the beginning, but I am back. Okay, good. Yeah, I don't know if that'll happen again. We'll see. Do I carry anything to read on the trail? I was in the beginning, but now I gave that up when I got out of Maine. I was like, I'm too tired to read, like, not enough time. I know. I want to do, like, I've done the Pemi and the Prezi and stuff, and I've done a bunch of other big loops and the whites and stuff and all that. I want to go back and, do those again. I think that would be really fun. So, I did a cool loop in the whites. I did, what was it? Jenkins, Sandwich Dome, Whiteface, Passa Conway, and then the Tri-Pyramids in a day. That was fun. It was on my birthday. I just went out early one morning and I was like, let's do it. And I just made up my own little loop. It was like 33 or 34 miles or something. It was pretty good day. Yeah. But I miss the whites. I miss the Adirondacks though. It's been a while since I've hiked in the Adirondacks, and I really miss them. I can't wait to get back. The deterioration, the phone, they must have done something with the iPhone. This is the first time I've had an iPhone. The iPhone like never got hurt by the cold weather. I felt it was like fine, and I always kept it in my hip pocket. It was like crazy how fine it was in the cold. My battery bank, before I charged stuff with my battery bank, I felt like I needed to warm it up or it was really inefficient. So I would put it in my jacket for like 20 minutes before I charged anything with it. My headlamp did okay, pretty well. It's a rechargeable one. It's this Black Diamond Revolt, I think. So yeah, I didn't have any big battery problems. Any thoughts about international hikes? I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to do like some loops like in the Himalayas, like all like lower altitude stuff, like no like technical ice anything. And I would love. I've spent some time in Tasmania, and they have some long distance hikes in Tasmania that are like 40, 50 miles, something like that. I would love to go do some of those hikes. Tasmania was gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. Oh, you did Tri-Pyramids in Whiteface Passaconaway? Nice, that's awesome. I've been up the slide in like late November with with a little bit of snow. I think it'd be cool to like go up the slide with like a little more snow. I don't know if it's super dangerous or not, but like doing the Tri-Pyramids, like that would be kind of cool, right? Would be a good stretch for a shakedown run for the AT. I always thought Massachusetts was like a good spot to do a shakedown if you're in that area, if you're in the north. Like Massachusetts, it's like there are mountains, they're not super rugged, like there are plenty of road crossings, plenty of campsites, all lots of bear boxes. Like I think Massachusetts is a good spot. My nutrition. So I try to pack out food that are like foods as much as I can. So I'll pack out like lots of like dried fruit and stuff. Like dates and apricots and stuff like that. And then, and then it's just like, this is one of the very few things I do not like about thru hiking is the food. I just eat like, it's so hard to eat anything that's decent, right? So, I'll eat a lot of that, and then just a lot of bars and snacks and nut mixes and nuts. I'll eat a lot of nuts. And when I do buy ramen, I try, if I'm in a grocery store, they usually have like brands of ramen that are like a little more like a lot less ingredients in them. It's more just like bare bones ramen where you can like read all the ingredients. And I try to buy that stuff because it usually sits a little better with me. Yeah, the Sandwich Wilderness, I don't know, I fell in love with that part of the Whites last year. I was hiking around there a bunch. Like the Algonquin Trail and some of those ponds back there, so pretty. Adirondack hike. I'm a sucker for anything around Lake George. But, I mean, I just love all the high peaks. Giant is a good quick one. I have some really big fun loops I want to do when I'm back up there. But I also I want to go up and do Mount Adams again in the Adirondacks, up to the fire tower and get a view there. When I was up there, I didn't really get a view, so it'd be kind of cool. Oh, wow, in Turkey. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, I've never been to Turkey. So, I don't know. I don't have this, big itch to do a bunch of international hikes, but I do like hiking. How do I think the burden layers compared to something like Smart Wool? I think they seem to dry out faster. They did seem to, dry a bit faster for me, which was nice. And then what I love about these clothes is, I don't have to stretch the arms out to put the finger loops on. They just fit my arms. And they also go long over the torso, so they wouldn't ride up on me a lot. They definitely, put a lot of intention into the clothing they're making. And it keeps me just as warm, I feel like, as the wool stuff does. If not warmer, I'll get, too hot in this thing. It's, crazy. So I'm really glad I have this layer. I had this one, a crew neck version of this, which is the Flume. And then I have a Franconia with me as well. And that thing is awesome. Yeah. Southern Whites are the best. Yeah, Southern Whites are awesome. Southern Whites are really awesome. Climbing at Shelving. I have climbed at Shelving. Yeah, I've climbed at Shelving a couple times. I want to do more there. I haven't been back to Shelving now that I know how to lead trad. So I want to go back and climb some of the trad or mixed routes at Shelving, the trad sport routes. I've climbed Rogers a couple times. I've climbed Wallface. I've climbed at Spiderweb. Yeah, I love climbing the Adirondacks. It's awesome. This is great. Is this going well? I think this is going well. It's nice. I'd like something to do. I've just been kind of sleeping all day, sitting around, so. It's pretty classic 0 day happening right now. Oh, man. Thank you, Mike RN. Thank you, thank you. Doing my best out here, so, you know. Gunks. I've never climbed in the Gunks. I've never climbed in the Gunks. I know. I lived in New Hampshire before this. We would go to Rumney, we would go to up there. It was a lot closer, right? But a Gunks trip is needed. It's about 5:30. It's about 5:30. What's my usual job? I have a degree in mechanical engineering, and I was doing engineering before this. I'm trying to transition to something else after the trail, so we'll see how that goes. Wasn't in love with engineering, but did I hike yesterday in the snow and wind? I hiked 15 miles yesterday to get into town. So I did wake up while there was no snow on the ground, and then I hiked through all of that snow and wind, and it was some of the footage is pretty funny. I got like so much snow on my beard, and like I got snow all over my shoes and socks, and like it was like I was a mess yesterday. It was funny. It was really funny. In France. Oh wow. Oh yeah, you are far ahead in France. Hello, France. I've never been to France. I've spent some time in Italy, but I've never been to France. Dude. What's up, dude? I still have my micro spikes, which, like, I don't need them, but I know the second I send them home, like, I'm gonna come across some humongous icy thing. I don't think I need them anymore. I don't think I need them. We're knocking on wood for that. I might send them home soon. When does my book come out? I don't know. I've thought about, like, putting this whole journey down on paper. I think that would be a cool thing to do. Like, I love to write, so I know I'm gonna be writing a lot after this hike. But, yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool, like, just to have my journey down on paper. I think it'd be really fun. I feel like I have a lot to say about it. Good luck. Adieu, schizoid. Good luck. Have fun. I'll see you out there. Yeah, the footage of me in the snow. Yeah, like, here's the thing, like, SW, like, I knew I was doing the AT again, but, like, in my head, I was doing a completely different trail, right? Like, in my head, this was like the AT, but it also wasn't. Like, I mean, I went 200 miles before I saw a day hiker. The final moose count was 7. Yeah, but I planned for this to be completely different, and it has been. It's about to get more similar, but and I wanted it to be different. I wanted it to be very, very different, right? Used my wrist beginning yesterday. A few more weeks. I know. I didn't need them yesterday hiking through the snow, but because it's about to like melt, I feel like it might get icy somewhere, and I might need them. So I might hold on to them, but we'll see. Starts NOBO at the end of March from Springer. Gretchen, awesome. I'm sure I will run into him. How insane was bathroom time? I had a few cold bathroom goes, for sure. Yeah, if I had to go first thing in the morning, like, I was, like, scurrying to the bathroom, because to get to the bathroom, I had to change into all my lowers, which means I had damp stuff on. And I'd, like, run to the bathroom and, like, go, and then, like, run back, and then, like, when I would go to the bathroom, I already had all my stuff packed up. So I could just, like, go to the bathroom, come back, and then... Ooh, sorry. And then just, like, go down the trail. So there were some, negative 15 wind chill bathroom goes. But for the most part, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, the 7 moose count. I know, my spikes, it's just like, here's the thing, if I do run into ice, how long is it gonna last? A day? Like, is it worth carrying my spikes for that? I'm not necessarily sure, but, I mean, I barely noticed they're in my pack, who knows, I might just forget that they're in there. I've already summited Katahdin in the calendar year and done the hunt trail, so maybe I'll go up to Baxter next summer. I was thinking about going there on a climbing trip, so we'll see, but in terms of, like, the AT and all the steps in the calendar year, I've already done Katahdin. Do you most of us watch your videos in awe? That's cool. That's great. Good. That's very kind of you to say. Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's so like crazy. Like when I started making these videos, like I would just like share them with my family and friends. 10, 15 views, because I'm just like I just like making the videos and have stuff to look back on. And now like lots of people are watching them, and it's like it's awesome. Like y'all are so awesome and supportive. It's just like, whoa, right? Like that's crazy. Thanks for sharing my videos. Awesome. Well, good luck, Jester and the Bear. I will see you out there. I do rock climb indoors. Yeah, I like to go outside, but I love like being close to a rock gym and going inside. So much fun. I love just the atmosphere and pushing myself and being in the rock gym. It's awesome. Do I dwell on not making it to Katahdin? No, because I'm here talking to you. And if I pushed for the sign, I was putting that up in the air. So I don't dwell on that. I made a good decision and I'm happy with it, right? And I hope somebody else up there would have made a good decision as well. I did not want to go down the rebar of the hunt trail in the dark, and it was a whiteout in the tablelands. Recipe for disaster. So no, I have no regrets about what I did on Katahdin. Absolutely none. Busier shelters. I have a hammock. So thanks, Mom. I'm a little behind on these comments, sorry. Busier shelters. It'd be nice to go to campsites where there are people around, but I have my hammock, so I can get as far away from anybody as I'd like and have my own peace and quiet. I don't sleep in shelters anymore now that I have them. How often do I fall? I fall. I do fall. In the snow, I fell more just because I would trip over my snowshoes a bunch and stuff. So, kazoo. Thank you. I'm catching up to the sneezes. Coming out of Vermont was a huge sense of relief. Coming off Moosilauke was like a humongous sense of relief. And then, not that I was underestimating Vermont, but I knew like, Vermont isn't like the whites as like, I'm not like above tree line and stuff. And then when but I knew Vermont still was going to, be challenging, and then Vermont totally kicked my butt. So once I got out of Vermont, I was like, huge exhale, right? Huge exhale. And it felt really good. Keep the ice spikes. I know. Make a grilled cheese. Oh, wow. Tasty. Fuffy Dingo. Loving these names. I know. It is nice to see I've made it so far. Thank you. No, I generally go off trail. I'd go in a privy most of the time. So when it was really that cold, I was usually going in a privy. And if not, I did try to go far enough off trail because I was like, in my head, I was like, I know this is gonna melt, and like I don't want to leave somebody a nasty present, right? You saw that? Oh my gosh. Puffy Dingo, you saw that video? That is hilarious. I was having such a good time up there, like totally having a great day up there. That was the best. How was meeting my first NOBO? Awesome. We knew we were going to run into one another because we'd gotten in touch, so we planned on camping at the same... My voice, I haven't talked this much in forever. So we planned on camping at the same lean-to, and it was just awesome to like trade stories and chat and just like have someone at camp, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Sam's an awesome guy. Yeah, Jinx. Yeah, no, I'm glad I did. So, the mountain will always be there, and I was like, yeah, it's time to turn around. It was pretty clear. Octi 2338. Oh wow, you were an early one, right? You must have like caught me like around like when I posted the Katahdin stuff. Yeah. How much money did I set aside for this hike? Quite a bit more than I did for my northbound, like north of 10K, because I knew I knew what the getting through New England was gonna take, right? Like it was gonna mean, the hostels are all closed. It was gonna mean like more expensive town stays. It was gonna mean like many zeros. This is my 13th zero. I took 12 zeros getting through Massachusetts. Like I knew it was going to be more expensive in that regard, and like replacing any gear I needed, like, so I set aside way more money than my northbound because I knew it would take that much. So, you know, but that's just what it took, and I knew that going into it. Yeah, I know. There are a lot of Nobos this year. It's crazy. Like Hiker 700 was on like March 3rd. I was Hiker 700 in 2019 on March 10th. There's a lot of people. Sam, what's going on? How you doing? No way. You doing all right, buddy? Did you doing okay in the snow today? I zeroed today. I zeroed today. So, I am I am doing just great. Oh my gosh. It was so awesome to meet you, buddy. I wish we could have been hiking in the same direction for a day or two. I know. I had such a good day on Gore Mountain. That was awesome. Uh-oh. Cancel. Just about to leave Georgia. Critter. Awesome. Can't wait to meet everybody. It's gonna be so cool. So, you do know my name, and hopefully, oh, you're Critters. So, I'll know it's Critters, right? What do I think about counter your triple crown attempts? I mean, I think that's awesome. Like, that's wicked hard. Like, that's hard. Like, but that's super fun. Like, I don't know. I think challenges like this are awesome. Like that's what these trails are about. These trails are about, if you want to, making a big challenge out of them. Like, or if you want to just go out for a chill section, do 5 miles a day. Like, that's the beauty of these trails. Is the trails are here, and we can just go about them however we want. Right? Like we can go do smaller sections. We can go do big days. We can do both. Right? Like it's the beauty of these trails. So I think people who go do that is like awesome to take on a challenge like that. I'm super into it. Target date for when I finish. Do I slow down my pace? I don't really think about my pace too much. It's more just like how much do I feel like hiking that day, and then that's how I hike. I just sort of take it one section at a time. So we'll see. I get to Georgia when I get to Georgia, hopefully, and yeah, I'm not super attached to like my pace or something like that, which, um, you know, but I like to hike and get miles in and all that stuff. And as you've seen, like I'll hike into the night just because I want to. It's not like I'm like, oh, I must, get there, right? And then I won't hesitate to just like take a nap and chill out. So. My hiker tag. I will get at Harper's Ferry. I reached out to the ATC because all the places up north were closed, and they're like, yeah, you can just grab it in Harper's Ferry. Cool. When am I going to be in Southern PA, Harper's Ferry area? I won't give you an exact time, but I guess sometime in the next couple of weeks, I would say. As I am in Pennsylvania, so we'll see how long Pennsylvania takes me. I'm not sure. Have you hiked through Pennsylvania? I've heard it was just as rough. So I've done Pennsylvania before because I northbounded in 2019. There are a lot of rocks. I don't think Pennsylvania's that bad though. Like it's so flat. That's the thing. Like it's rocky, but like it is so flat. It's unbelievable. So in my eyes, it's really not that bad. I think there are some nice things about Pennsylvania. You get a lot of views and vistas, and when it's spring and stuff, there are ferns everywhere. It's like the most beautiful green thing. It's so pretty. Any tips for learning to night hike? Go with a buddy, I think would be cool. And go on trails that you've been on before, for sure. Stuff that's not too technical, like to get used to like hiking with the headlamp and all that stuff, with like minimal river crossings and stuff. I think that would be a good way to get into it. And like going with a buddy obviously would be like much more peace of mind and probably safer and stuff like that, just to get used to it. Because I love night hiking. I think it's awesome. So much fun. When I was in New Hampshire, Maine, how exactly did you see the trail? Thank you. Awoken Ghost. Yeah, so a lot of times when you're in those areas, when you're high up, the trail is just like it's just like a clear corridor through the spruce tree, so it's pretty easy to stay on the trail. And I've been winter hiking for so long, like I can usually have a pretty good intuition as to where the trail is. I mean, I still lost the trail a ton, but that happened more at lower elevation. when you're just in the woods. And, like, some spots in Vermont are, like, sparsely blazed, and you just, like, where am I going, right? And so I had my GPS with me, and, you know, you look around and see a blaze way in the distance and hike towards it and then, you know, keep going. But, and then above tree line, you know, just spotting the cairns and keeping going. But everything above tree line that I did, for the most part, I had hiked there before, so I kind of knew what I was getting into, like, where to go. Pennsylvania. I know, I think Pennsylvania's good. Thank you, Miss Penne. 1. Yeah, I think I needed the 0 today. My feet got so soggy after the snow like 4 days ago. So I had like so many blisters on my feet. So it was quite a painful couple days with all the blisters. So I was like, I need to just take a chill day and let the blisters heal up a little bit. On Skyline Drive, Shenandoah. I hope I have a better go through Shenandoah this time. I had a rough week in Shenandoah last time. So I hope you enjoyed it, William, because I did not have a good time in Shenandoah last time. I started March 10th in 2019, Julia. Yeah, the rhododendrons are beautiful, Charlie. Yeah, but yeah, Pennsylvania, you know, the rocks trip you up and they're tough, but I just like slow down a little bit and then, you know, you make it through them, right? Have I hiked out west? I've done a section of the Arizona Trail, but otherwise, no. I really want to go hike out there and do some exploring and stuff like that. So that is all on my list. That is all on my list. Pinnacle and Pulpit Rock, yeah, those are really, I remember those from 2019. Those are really pretty views. I remember that area being really nice, so I'm excited for it. Because those are like some of the best views in PA, right? Just like panoramic, like humongous views, yeah. How did I fix my stove? I went to the Outfitter in Bennington, and what did I just do? I did something. I went to the Outfitter in Bennington, and he helped me run through, like, I'd never really, like, broken down a stove like that. Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. I accidentally hid someone. And I just unhid them, I think. Okay, I think you're unhidden. Yeah, so he helped me fix it, the guy working at the Outfitter there, and he helped me, like, it was pretty much the intake valve had been, like, the intake, like, filter was a little clogged. He's put a new one on there, and it was working fine. I downplayed Rocksylvania. I mean, there are a lot of rocks, right? But, well, here's the other thing, Sam. I grew up in New Jersey, okay? Which is not far from here. All the trails are rocky, right? So this is, like, I'm hiking on stuff I'm used to, right? So it's all like I'll hike on these stuff and I'm just like, oh, like, you know, this is just like the trail that I would go on growing up, right? So I had that at my advantage. Oh, you didn't find the notification? Oh, I'll post this full video afterwards. I think I can do that. I think. I don't know. When are you going to be thinking about bears not chewing on your almond butter? There are bears around. I've been hanging my food every night because, like, there are bears around for sure. Yeah. No, hold on. How do I unhide someone? Total accident. I'm new to this. Oh, that was unhidden. Parts of the AZT did I do? Oh, footwear did I use? I used Zamberlan boots. Zamberlans. What parts of the AZT did I use? I did, like, from the Grand Canyon to Flagstaff. Yeah. Super pretty. Super pretty. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. I am hanging... In the winter, I wasn't hanging it. Like, in the dead of winter, like, I would just put it up in the shelter. Because, like, in January, in the whites, like, there are no bears around. But now I'm hanging it, yeah. Do I have trail pizza yet? I can't have pizza, but I have not ordered anything to the trail. No, I have not done that yet. I'm not sure if there are any places in the South that are good to do that. I'm not sure. More hiking in PA. I know PA is a bunch of hiking, like especially in like central northern PA. I need to go explore that. So those are some good recommendations, Julia. Thank you. So much easier with the lighter pack. Like my base weight, like my fully loaded pack right now is less than what my unloaded no food and water pack was when I started. So much lighter, so much better. The mental challenges of being on the AT. I actually just put up a video addressing a lot of that. Because I feel like there is a lot I have to say on that topic, Awoken Ghost. And so I just put up a video talking about some of my thoughts on some of this stuff, because I feel like to summarize, really the biggest thing for me has just been like focusing on making my inner dialogue like one more focused towards like kindness towards myself, right? Instead of being harsh on myself, like being kind to myself and being there for myself and being my own best friend, because you're out there alone and nobody's there to like pick you up. And one of the big things I've also noticed is like, there are some days where I was like, I can't talk myself into a better mood or headspace, and I just need to start moving. Like there was no, like I could sit there and have a pity party for myself, or I could just be like, okay, like just start making the motions you need to make, and eventually like your mood will like improve as you move forward. And it did, right? Like moving and going through the day and pushing through that always like it made me feel better. So that was always, I always had that in my mind. Yeah. From Flag through the Zaltas. Oh, is that from Flagstaff South? Yeah, I guess I need to go do that. Yeah. I know, I want to go return to the Arizona Trail. It was so pretty. North Central PA. I know, I've never been. I need to go. The 4-state challenge. I'm not going to do the 4-state challenge. No, I don't want to like risk injuring myself or go too crazy. I just not so sure. Do Hokas have a big toe box like the Ultras? Probably not as big as the Ultras, but I have the wide versions of the Speed Goats, and they fit my feet quite nicely, and they're wide. The regular size Hokas, I wouldn't say are on the narrow side, but are narrower than Ultras for sure. So if you do want a wider toe box, try the wides out. Are you the first Sobo to do? No, I'm not. No, other people have attempted and completed this. Yeah, how many I'm not sure, but the Hiking Viking's one of them. There was a couple last year that did Katahdin to New Jersey. Other than that, I don't know, but it has been done before. Yeah. Scary moments. Oh yeah, plenty of scary moments. Like Franconia Ridge, when it was like 35 below with the wind chill, and my base layer was just ice. I couldn't warm it up. I wasn't warm enough to warm up my base layer. Like I wasn't producing that much heat. And I was scared. I was like, this could be really bad. Like, turn around right now. And so I just turned around and headed down the mountain. And it was just like, in those moments, I always pause for a second. And I just like pause, deep breath, collect myself. Like it's okay. You're standing here. You're breathing. You're okay. You're fine. Make the good decision. Like, move yourself to a better place, right? That's sort of how I try to deal with it. Unlock has some beautiful stuff. Is that in Arizona still, Charlie? Probably. Yeah, I know. I need to go there, and I need to go out west and do a bunch of stuff. It'd be so much fun. Be safe for ticks. I know. I've been looking. I tick trick like twice a day. Yeah. How do I keep my boots from freezing overnight? Into plastic bags, into my sleeping bag. Had to sleep with them every night. Yep. Of course, Awoken Ghost. Yeah, I'm glad I can share. What are my favorite trails? I love the AT. No. I love the Adirondacks. I think some of the trails there are so awesome, and it's just like I just feel like it's like my home away from home. And so, if you haven't explored there, it's definitely worth the visit. I'm using a Warbonnet Blackbird. You the video where I didn't say anything. I know. I just like had a lot on my mind, and I didn't feel like I just. I was editing some of my other videos, and I was like, I just keep talking like the whole video. I was just like, what if I just like was quiet once? And that day I was just like, I was just not in super talkative mood. And so I was like, I'm just not going to talk to the camera today. And I just took a bunch of film. And that's how it turned out. So some people liked it. Some people I don't think did, but I'm glad you enjoyed that, Carol. Did the runs in February, part of the show, like frozen waterfalls? Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine the Rhone in February. Whew, you're looking at full on, winter conditions there. The 4-state challenge. I know. I feel like it would be fun to do, but like I don't want to like go too crazy on one day and like risk like hurting myself just to do that. But I think it would be fun. I'm always impressed when people do it. I'm like, that's a lot of miles. Trail magic ideas. When it's hot out, I'm trying to think. When it's hot out, like for me, like when somebody ever brought like a watermelon or something, like oh my god, like a watermelon or like some fruit, like wet fruit, like a watermelon or like pineapple was always like I love that stuff. Yeah, the river crossings, Dan. I know. Well, thank you, but yeah, the river crossings were tough, but that's what it took. I was just like, okay, like you gotta. My body's changed. Yeah, I have some, like pack marks on my back, like lower back where my pack's been sitting, and like I've definitely lost weight and the beard, and my feet have like expanded a little bit, and I've definitely like slimmed down and lost some weight, but otherwise, I feel like I'm holding up. Yeah. I know. My mom's commenting that I love to talk. I know it was always such a joke growing up that I would like talk to a stranger in an elevator. Like I just won't shut up sometimes. As you can tell, I just keep talking. Do I have any suggestions for hiking or camping somebody with chronically cold feet? So, one thing that was huge for me in keeping my feet warm was like keeping my boots super loose. Not super loose, but like do not tie them any tighter than they need to be on your ankles, the top of your feet, your toes, anywhere. Let your circulation work, and then don't strap your snowshoes or any of that too tight to your foot. So what helped me was the front of my boot was like quite sturdy, like this piece of leather was like quite sturdy, so I could strap some stuff onto it pretty securely, and it wouldn't like press down on my foot because I noticed the circulation helped a ton. And then I would just throw toe warmers in because my toes do get cold. 3-day Pemmy loop in the beginning of February. Connor, that's crazy. 3 days through the Pemmy. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's rough. That is, yeah. It's full on. It's like totally full on. That's awesome. February too. Yeah. Winter hiking is tough. Is tough. So that's awesome that you did that. I know. The Adirondacks. Like, I'm such a sucker for the Adirondacks. It's just my favorite. What means more to you, your NOBO finish or my 111 finish? My NOBO finish, for sure. My NOBO finish meant so much to me. My 111 finish was awesome, though. Like, those 4,000 footers have been, like, so huge in my life. And finishing them was, like, I was so proud of that. I was like, oh, like, I love these mountains. It just meant a ton. But finishing going NOBO was, like, one of the most incredible experiences I've ever had. I always wonder, like, am I back out here literally because that 2 minutes of me finishing was the most incredible thing in the world? Like, am I just out here trying to refine that feeling? Which I'm not sure. I don't think so. But part of me is always like, like, it was so special. Like, will anything ever be as special as my first through hike? That is funny, Dan. Oh my gosh. I try to be animated and excited, right? Great videos, thank you. Times my eatings when I 0. I try to. I mean, I eat stuff that's just like, I'll eat like a humongous like burger and like French toast and like all that. Like I'll just eat like a ton of food because like otherwise I just like, need the calories. But then I always try to get in like, I'll try to buy like fruit and like a little like green like drink or something. And like I'll always get like a salad. Like I have a salad I need to eat. Like stuff like that. Because that stuff I know is what like is actually like giving me the stuff I need on top of the calories, right? So that stuff's like super important to do when I'm in town. Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. How many white blazes are actually in the trail? I think if you Google it, you might be able to find out. I think somebody like there is like an answer to that question. Oh wow. Sounds sounds like quite an adventure, William. Burleson? I know you were a super early one, right? Crazy. I'm so glad you've been following along. I appreciate it. Yeah, great chatting with you all too. Yeah, I'll probably stay on here for like 5 more minutes or so. I need to like go like get ready to hike tomorrow. Are you getting any hiker discounts at the places I'm staying? If you ask, some places will give you like, discounts, like 10% discount or something like that. Yeah, so you just need to ask. Be like, hey, do you have a hiker discount? And if they do, they'll give it to you. That Earl, I've never eaten that much food in my life. Like, I was running low on food for like a day and a half there in Vermont, and oh my gosh, yeah, that was a lot of food. That was a lot of food. That was crazy. 165,000 white places. There you go. This is my first live Q&A on here. I think I did I do one on Instagram? I've done like one or two things on Instagram while like go live, but this is my first like YouTube like Q&A. Thank you for taking time. Of course. It's a lot of white blazes, I know. You're welcome, Ghost. I'm glad to hear it. I'm stoked. It's just like, how can I not be so excited? I'm on the AT, right? A nice week ahead? I know. Aren't we so excited for this weather in the Northeast? Oh. I'm glad you've learned, Susan. Thank you, everyone. Will do, Dan. I'll keep that in mind when I'm rolling through. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Why the red tights? I don't know. I was buying leggings like a couple years ago, and I was just like, let's do red. It's a rocket, right? And I like to hike in leggings. I hiked in leggings in 2019, mostly for ticks. And I don't know. I just like hiking in leggings. I prefer it to pants. It's gonna be so hot this weekend. I know. I'm gonna see everyone this weekend. I'm gonna see like every section hiker and flip flopper and like everyone this weekend, because it's gonna be like the first weekend that it's actually nice weather. Enjoyed the live. I'm glad this worked out. I know. I'm trying not to look at the news because, whew, yeah. Turning around, going to a Nobo, yo-yoing. I've thought about it, but I miss my family and my friends and all that stuff. And thank you, RWS. Awesome. Thanks for all the questions, everybody. I really appreciate it. Ready for the heat? Yeah, I'll do another. This was fun. I'll do another Q&A at some point soon. Yeah, the heat's gonna wait. Like when I'm hot, like I'm gonna be a disaster. Awesome, Brian. I'll keep my eyes out. It's a lot of white blazes. Spam the bike. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You guys are all very lucky that my brother managed to limit his comments to like 3 or 4 comments, because this whole video could have just been me laughing, because he could have commented just the most hilarious thing. So thank you for restraining yourself, Andrew. Yeah, remember to hit the like button, right? I don't know. If you like the video, sure, like it, subscribe, whatever. Like it's fine with me. I don't care. You know, subscribe, unsubscribe. You know, have a great day. And if you like my videos, like, you know, wonderful, right? Where are we going after the AT? I'll go home for a little bit, and then I'll see what's going on after that. But we'll see. I'm not too sure yet. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, don't tie your shoelaces too tight. It cuts off your circulation. Awesome. Well, thank you all so much for the awesome questions. And um, if you have any more, like, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I usually answer the questions there. And thank you all for cheering me on. It's super, like, it's incredible how positive y'all are and how awesome y'all are in the comments. So I'm sorry I can't always get to the comments, hiking and all stuff, so that's why I want to do this. So thank you all for being so kind and cheering me on and supportive and stuff. And yeah, happy hiking. I'll see some of you out there. And yeah, I think that'll be great. Am I monetizing it? I realized YouTube was putting ads on my videos anyway. So I just, like, you click like 3 buttons and you can monetize them. It's still a little confusing to me though, because it's like all new to me. But yeah, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you all. And I'll keep going. I'll keep making videos. So awesome. Alrighty. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.